Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. I almost forgot the name of the show. Would have been bad. We're going to Mumbai for today's daily challenge. There will be no motorways, which is truly horrendous. And we will begin with 4 traffic lights, which, okay, that's great. Gonna be a lot of taking bridges and roundabouts, I guess. I don't think there's even any call for tunnels here in Mumbai, so it's going to be a lot of bridges and roundabouts, I guess. Not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Not having any motorways could be problematic, but it'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. Trombone Dalek was here first. Hello, Dalek. Thank you for being here. Oh, goodness. I believe it is good afternoon, Trombone Dalek. That sounds right. Ow, my eye. I'm not supposed to get whatever the hell's in it. Oh, there. That's better. Finger wipe all of the gunk from our ocular region. Alright. Dalek is in Eastern. Right. We just had this conversation not too long ago. You're in non-boonies part of Maryland. But also there are boonies parts of Maryland. That sounds familiar. Can we blame the fact that it's Monday, even though yes, it is Monday. We just concluded a 3-day weekend, which made all of the days feel variously weird and wonky. This past Saturday was the most Sunday-ass feeling Saturday in the history of the world, and then there was a Sunday after it, so that's nice. Alright, we got a yellow over here, which means we should probably theoretically care about it, but sounds a lot like work. Let's peel off this yellow house. Both of these businesses have to do with only exactly one house, which is not enough house, really, to sustain a business, but it could be fine. You can get, a limping Hugh Laurie to diagnose a couple of medical conditions. That is not the worst idea, but it shouldn't be like your full and complete business plan. You need an additional house, which, actually, the folks at Princeton Plainsboro would probably argue with you on that front. Like, Foreman tried to be house, and that didn't work out for him, and he went off to coach the Pittsburgh Steelers, and 13 very specifically never wanted to be house, and I don't remember if she died. I don't think she did. I remember that we're apparently discussing late season spoilers for the television series House, so if you're planning on watching that, be warned. I remember House faked his death so that he and Wilson could go on like a cross-country motorcycle tour after Wilson was ironically diagnosed with terminal cancer. But I don't think 13 died. I think 13 was at the House's funeral scene. I don't remember if everyone I think just Wilson found out that House had faked his death this time. Did House fake his death multiple times? Maybe. Now we're firmly into shit I don't remember because I didn't actually watch House. All I know of the television series House, I got from TikTok and YouTube shorts, basically. On which I have seen, at this point, a fair amount of the television series House. So, let's take another bridge. We have a couple of those. We also have this green business down here in the south, which is just ugly. We're not fans of it, to be honest. But, actually, I think it might be better if we can just do this on the fly. You come over here, and then, oh, shock and horror. Oh, okay, we got another green to support that. I was gonna be mad at this train station for being where it was, but then it turned out to spawn in an okay-ish location. Now, if you, down here, want to get another pink friend, that would be very helpful, because we could use you, snake up here, take care of that business. House faking his death multiple times does feel like something he would do. I know that he faked a mental breakdown multiple times. There was like a season-long arc where he did have one, but I think he faked it multiple times. Oh well. Let's grab... Ow. Well, first of all, we'll take a roundabout. We'll pull these pinks in like so. Swing them thusly. And now these 1, 2, 3, 4 pink houses can come up here to serve this business. This pink circle might get a little bit mad. Most of Trombone Dalek's house knowledge comes from reaction videos. I imagine there's a fair-sized cottage industry for medical professionals who also wish to be YouTubers, being like, real ER doctor reacts to house. Sounds like the exact kind of thing that people would enjoy. I imagine there's a lot of medicine doesn't work like that in those videos, which, I mean, to be fair, medicine almost certainly doesn't work like that. And in most cases, it shouldn't. Medicine should not work in the manner in which it is practiced by Dr. Gregory House. Dalek is people. People do enjoy that exact brand of entertainment. There. Entertainment. People enjoy being entertained by the entertainment. Alright. So we got this yellow business over here, which is not great. But I do have a bridge, which I don't actually need. Thought I might need a bridge to do that, but I don't. We can just swing this yellow house down this way over to that. I'm also going to steal this yellow house from this yellow business. This one over here is, if nothing else, in greater need. So that should, generally speaking, be fine. Maybe, hopefully. Still don't love what we've got going on with these greens here, but I don't know if there's a better way to do it. So, just gonna have to suck. I guess you come over to here, go that away. These purples will straight shot. Nope, I said straight shot. There you go. So these two purples will now serve this lengthy faraway business, which we don't, love, but hey, you got another purple house of support right there. That's something. We'll have 3 go here, 3 go there. The train tracks here will make this a little bit more complicated, but it should be fine, maybe? Kind of don't believe that, actually, but we'll be okay. Oh, goodness. Yawny. Before we go too deep into today's episode, I do want to thank everyone who came out and gifted subs or resubscribed or followed, everyone who was part of Subathon 9. It was indeed my favorite Subathon on the Citadel. We had ourselves a wonderful time. We played Star Wars, we played Mass Effect, we played Balatro, we played Super Mario World. I died in the final castle and never ever did actually beat the video game, but we got there, which is more than I would have expected I could get to in Super Mario World right off the jump, having not played it in a while. Let's see here. We're gonna redraw these pinks so that they go up and around this business. That in turn will allow these greens here to go up and in like so. So they all serve this business. This connection gets severicated forever, allowing these 5 greens to serve that circle. And now I would say that if this business wanted to go circular, that would just be fine. However, the presence of train tracks here has me a little bit giddy about stuff. Still, this is 6 houses. This is a very short road. And we do have a just strictly worse situation going on here with fewer houses and a longer road, and that has been generally acceptable. So, yeah, okay. I suppose that if you want to roundulate yourself, that will be fine. That we would deal with it. How about that? We would find a way to cope. I don't know if we can find a way to edge or anything up here, but we can definitely find a way to cope. Glorious. It is a wrestling joke. He's probably coming back soon. Hockey playoffs are over. FTR apparently just had a match with the Outrunners. I should probably watch that. I heard it was good. But, that would involve watching Collision. And who watches Collision? Aside from several 100,000 people. Okay. We got this pink train station here about which to worry. I could... Yeah, I actually don't have a great idea for how to deal with that. Yeah, I guess we could just situationally steal from this pink road as and when appropriate, but it hardly seems like a sustainable model. It might eventually, in the fullness of time, be okay. I sort of doubt that, but, listen, you can't cast any aspersions on my road building because I have nice tiles. As long as I have nice tiles, everything I do must be fine. This pink will come down here again, grab from this train station. You purples will now swing that away, which is fine and good. This greenhouse here, well, I guess we can toss it over that away. That's something for it to do at the very least. Do I want to separate these purples? I sort of feel like it might be a good idea to separate these purples. Let's do this. We're going to put that purple house over there. I'm going to steal this purple house for something else. So now these three will shoot down this way. These 1, 2, 3 will... Actually, no, not those 1, 2, 3. These 1, 2 will come down here. Bop that. These 1, 2, 3 can jump here. And they'll have to do this. There. So now we have 3 purple houses serving this thing way over here. 2 purple houses serving the closer purple here, and these 3 serving this one. That's probably fine. Let's see here. This pink house over here can support the circle, give it a little bit more assistance. Would really, really love it if some pink houses would spawn in this general area, but that doesn't appear to be happening. So it's unfortunate for me. You point down there, grab from the train station, lest it get angry about stuff. It will eventually get angry about stuff. There's just not much that we can do there. Hey, you know what? Actually, you dedicate yourself that away now. We can pull these pinks. These pinks that are going up to this business, they can also be doubly extended to go over here. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. What I don't like is this orange, but fortunately we have a whole bunch of bridges, because there's no way to do this without a whole bunch of bridges. Bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. You go over there. Get another green going for this business. Okay, now, unfortunately, this is the northern expanse of the map, so I kind of can't do really anything with this whole bucket of Alright, I'm going to steal these 2 greens. We'll do that. We'll just have 6 here coming over to support this circle. These 3 would have to deal with the train tracks, but they're the now 5th through 7th houses supporting this business, so I think it's fine. Similarly to how all of these houses spawning up here has caused these houses to be reduced in priority. Why would you do that? There's like... Why would you do that? Just tell me. Okay, fine. Listen. You've successfully made things weird and bad, but it's gonna be okay. Now, I can't help but notice that OBS is suddenly, quote, connecting to chat, and therefore, I think it's entirely possible that my internet has died, which, to be fair, Comcast did say might happen today. So, interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I'll take a fourth bridge. Get that going over here. I don't think we've used... Well, we have used a couple of bridges. We haven't used any of the roundabouts that I've been amassing. Might be time for that sort of soonish, but I don't think that time is now. This yellow business right here is starting to get a little dicey. It's only got 2 houses going to it. I could, and I think I will, draw a frankly stupid piece of reinforcement for it. Yeah, if we do that, we get a couple more yellow houses to support this business. This is a terrible intersection, by the way, but I don't think that necessarily matters much. It's much more important that we just have this extra Saffron support system going over there. Saffron support system is more likely than not the title of the episode. Because God knows I'm not going to say anything funnier than that. That would require saying something that's actually, funny. Alright, Saffron support system. Wait a moment, I just had my whole entire computer up. Yep, I don't have internet. Alright, well, that's fine. Who needs the internet, aside from, most people? This orange business here will probably, we can swipe in this manner. You and you go there, and then you ever so slightly restructure yourself. So now 3 oranges go down that way. These 2 go up here. Serve that. That'll be fine. Another pink house for the train station line. Don't mind if I do. Also this business. We can even extend this road just enough to get another house involved. Now something over here got angry. What was that? It was this yellow business. Ucky. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. Is there anything I can do about that? Not really. Hey, I wonder, can I sneak a roundabout in right here? I mean, yes, but it would be real bad and stupid, I think, is the general consensus there. We could do that, but it would be really bad and stupid. So, hey, I know how to make this better. Maybe. If we drop the connection like that away, does this then become a PCTL? I think that might sort of be a perfectly cromulent traffic light. No, it appears to treat this as the proper intersection. Meaning that, this happens. I would like it if this was treated as the default intersection, but that doesn't appear to be the case. So as you can see, we've got, constant green-red cycling, which means that the cars are actually being slowed by the presence of the traffic light. Unfortunate. Now, if we were to murder kill this bridge, then we could redraw it such that it lands here and comes in from that way. But I did say that would involve murder killing the bridge, remember? And murder killing the bridge would mean cutting off these 5 houses of support to this yellow business, and that yellow business can't sustain not having those houses of support. I don't think. I think that would be bad and doomy for everything involved. We'll divide the forces supporting this yellow house into 2 because, everything's better when you only have one house supporting a business, right? That's how... Hey, you remember when I said that this yellow house was inevitably failure doomed? Oh, we got another yellow to spawn here. Oh, Oh, well, that might just be solving all the problems in the world, mightn't it? That might actually obviate the need for... Oh, well, in that case, allow me to present my newer, stupider idea. Hey, I can have a newer, stupider idea. Everyone's allowed to have multiple new and stupid ideas, aren't they? I think so. I don't think there are any laws against that. Behold, my newer, stupider idea. So the new stupid idea is that these yellows here just snake up between these two businesses and find themselves as the sole and only support system for this yellow business over here. That should be extant. I wouldn't go so far as to call it fine, but, it should be extant. Now, we do have a problem, and the problem specifically is this pink circle. I would, again, love it if I could just snake these pink houses up over top of this, but, well, I mean, honestly, at this point, the only thing stopping me is this little purple neighborhood, which... Listen, I'd rather not fuck with a little purple neighborhood, but it's not like I'm above that, We have to recognize some things about ourselves as people. One of the things is I'm not above fucking with a little purple neighborhood every now and then. So we're just going to fuck with this little purple neighborhood. And in so doing, we'll bring an extra 6 pink houses straight through here. Like, this here is going to be suboptimal, and it might well result in the doomish failure of this purple business, but we got to do what we got to do, friends. And what we got to do is get pink houses way the fuck over here. We also, incidentally, got to get green houses way the fuck over here, which, I think it might be time to split. Yeah, I think it might be time to split this green situation here. May already be long past time, actually. But we're going to split these green businesses like so. So the 4 that are right here on this side of the train track will now service this. And the 6 or whatever, this is 7, on the west side of the tracks will support this all by itself. And hopefully this defucks itself just enough to get this unscrewy for now. But, general badness is happening here. This pink business is still mad. This green business might actively be dying, actually. Yeah, I think we might just be doomed. Hold on. Are we just doomed? Friends, are we just doomed? That would be bad. I don't want to just be doomed. We will drop a PCTL right there so that this pink house can get involved in the service of this business. But, yeah, I think we're just doomed. Oh, that's unfortunate. We're just doomed. 2,217 commuters over 104 days. Game probably won't tell us how we did in comparison to the world or nothing on account of, there's no internet anymore. So, well, I say anymore. That's a temporary solution. Well, it's a temporary problem. So, we can try, and I make no promises about this. We can try bringing in our very good friend, the Wordle. And listen, we can bring in the Wordle because I had preloaded the browser. Did you load the whole entire game, or do you make constant checks with every guess? If I had to guess, I would say the former. So you might have loaded the whole entire game. So, like, if I say that the word might be plank, you actually tell me that there's a yellow L in there? Okay, let's do some Wordling. So there's an L in there somewhere. Great. It's probably not Lumgo, on account of Lumgo not being a word. So, interesting. It could theoretically be golly, but golly, that would be a bad guess. Let's see. It could be... it can't be... it could be scold. Could definitely be scold. Well, there's a green S, and we found where the L goes, so good work, good. Good work. It could be shelf. Nothing saying it's not shelf, aside from the recently acquired knowledge that it is not, in fact, shelf. And we have gained nothing from that other than eliminating 3 letters. So, Oy. All right. What about Stolg? Now, Stolg isn't a word, but if you put aside that very small and minor issue, then I think it could have been Stolg. In fact, I think it was Stolg, actually, but I don't get to make these decisions. It could be Smiley. Could it perhaps be Smiley? Well, no, but we did find another I. Interesting. So, it could be Stilt. Could just be a man on very tall sticks. You could be a walking man on very tall sticks. The Wordle was Stilt. Hooray! Glory, triumph, and victory for me, the _Goog, at least as it comes to the Wordle. Time guesser. Well, you loaded the daily. I don't necessarily think this is going to go great, but, well, we're here. So, we got a whole bunch of American flags and a whole bunch of just, frankly, the worst people in the history of the world. Is this like this past week with the signing of the large, loverly legislation? I think this might be just this past week at Capitol Hill to celebrate the signing of the large, loverly legislation. All right. I don't necessarily believe that, but time guess. Your map is going to be auto-generated, which means if I try to zoom in, okay, well, we don't necessarily need dots. We could theoretically, we could eyeball it. DC's going to be, well, this is like the coast of Virginia, right? And this is, this feels like coast of Virginia-ish. And this is like Pennsylvania. I don't know what that little kadush there is. I'm not intimately familiar with that little game. Let me just see the map as it stands. Just enlarge the picture, okay? You don't got to do nothing. All right, so DC's probably like there-ish. And that would be 2025. And yeah, we're having trouble finding that site. Okay. All right. Did you load an entire Immaculate Grid? They probably didn't load an entire Immaculate Grid because it involves searching for guys. But let's give this one an exactly one shot. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Phillies and Cubs and A's and Guardians and Mets and dudes what made the All-Star team. A dude who played for the A's and the New York Mets is Bartolo Colon. Yeah, okay, you're not loading that. Interesting. All right. A dude who played for the A's and the Mets is Bartolo Colon. A dude who played for the A's and Guardians is Covelli Lois Crisp. A dude who made the All-Star team for the A's is Barry Zito. A dude who played for the Guardians and Cubs is... Wonderful question. Was Justin Masterson ever a Cub? I don't think he was, but there's nothing to say that he wasn't, so clearly it was Justin Masterson. Dude who played for the Guardians and Phillies is Jose Bautista. Dude who played for the Phillies and Mets is Bang Pedro Martinez. A dude who played for the Cubs and Mets is Steve Traxel. A dude who was an all-star for the Cubs is Mark Grace. A dude who was an all-star for the Phillies is Jimmy Rollins. That, as far as anyone can prove, is an Immaculate Grid. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. Hopefully it's morning when you're seeing this, but that would involve me getting on YouTube, so no guarantees there. So, I have pretty much a full and complete stream schedule this week. I just don't have the graphic to show it because I didn't make one. Basically, it is business as optimal until Friday, which means tomorrow morning we'll be back with Good Morning Mini Motorways. We'll do Cyberpunk 2077 tomorrow evening, Gimmimimim on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday evening, we have Dragon Age: the Veilguard, and Friday is nothing because I have to be in Connecticut early in the morning, so there won't be a Gimmimimim on Friday. But until then, I thank you all, as always, for being here. Hope you have a lovely whatever's left of this day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.